¿Qué onda? Buenos días. ¿Cómo están, carnales? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to today's video. We're going to be talking about Mexican slang and Spanish slang that we hear here in America. And we'll be talking about English slang that we hear here in America. Does that make sense? Anyways, before we get into the video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help me out a lot. Muchas gracias. All right, let's do it. The first and most important Mexican slang word ever is way. Can be written two different ways, okay? We have G-U, little diptongo, E-Y, way, or W-E-Y. Honestly, I always do W-E-Y because it's just way easier to write. But anyways, way, meaning dude. That would be our slang in the US, right? Hey, what's up, dude? ¿Qué onda, way? Same exact thing. If you want to learn Mexican Spanish, you need to know that word way. It is like the most important word. This one is awesome, and I love this word. Neta, originally coming from, I presume, the word net. Neta means like for real or the truth. For example, like, la neta no me cae bien ese chavo. Like, you know, like, to be honest, I don't like that dude. Or like, me encantan los tacos, neta. Like, neta, way? Neta? I love that too. Neta? Like, for real? Neta, way? There you go. You've got way and you've got neta. Two very, very important words. Oh my gosh, I love this phrase. I say it all the time, and that is no manches. No manches. If I say, hey, we're having my birthday party, and someone says, oh, so-and-so's coming. Oh, no manches. I haven't seen them in so long. No manches. Like, no way. Are you joking? Are you kidding? No manches literally means don't stain. It's really weird. If you have a mancha on your shirt, that's a stain. So when I say no manches, it means literally don't stain. But it just means, no way, are you serious? Like, are you kidding? We also have the phrase no mames, which is the vulgar, kind of more swear version of this phrase. Still means the same exact thing, but it's basically like adding in the F word in there. And the verb mamar means to breastfeed. So when I say no mames, I'm literally telling you don't breastfeed. Also, I'd like to say, for the phrase no manches, in English, right here in the US, we could also say literally to someone when we're like, no way. We can say, shut up. And not literally like, be quiet, shut up. No. Like, shut up. Like, no, are you serious? Shut up. So that's also kind of this idea of no manches. Next, oh, I love this one. Órale, like, hey, like, right on. You might also hear ándale, like, that's it. Oh my goodness. Okay, this one is so good. Aguas. I love this phrase. Aguas means look out or be careful. Aguas, literally meaning waters. And the reason that we say aguas is because in the past, when people would throw out dirty, disgusting water from their house, they would say aguas, literally saying like, hey, I'm throwing disgusting water out of my house, look out. So then aguas over time transformed into this phrase of be careful or look out. So if you're walking the street and a car is like close to you, oye amigo, aguas, aguas. There's even this song called Sergio el Bailador, and at the beginning of the song it says, aguas, aguas, ya llegó Sergio el Bailador. I love that. So funny. Okay, this one is really good. Pinche. Now, pinche in Spain, for example, actually means like a dishwasher, like a kitchen helper. But pinche in Mexico, it's kind of like saying the F word or saying damn, basically. Tráeme el pinche vaso. I don't know why you would say that. Anyways, that's kind of the way to add emphasis and kind of swear a little bit. Oh man, I love this one. This one is chido, meaning cool or, you know, good. Oh, está bien chido, está bien padre. That's another one. Está bien padre, it's really cool. Está bien chido. I love this slang word that we have here in the US, and that is tea. I don't know, I can't speak for other English-speaking countries here. Tea means gossip. Hey, tell me the tea. Yo, what's the tea? I love that. It's so funny. Now, in Spanish, this isn't necessarily a slang, but we have the word chisme for gossip, okay? Chismeame. Okay, this is a really nice Mexican slang word, and that is fresa. And not like a strawberry that you like to eat. It's kind of like a snob, like a rich person, you know, it's kind of like, soy una fresa. Ay, no me cae bien, es una fresa. Like, oh, you know, I don't really like her. She's a snob, like, spoiled kid, like, like, not a fan. So that's a fresa. It was so funny. One time I was speaking with my friend, and she said to me, something, por un ratuki. Ratuki means por un rato, okay, like for a little bit, por un ratuki. It's just kind of a cute, funny way to say it, but that is kind of something that a fresa might say. Hey, do you want to learn Spanish from a handsome young gringo who looks a lot like me, and who is me, occasionally wears a cowboy hat? You can do that at my website, SpanishWithMate.com. Check it out. Okay, here's a word that we have here in the US, kind of a more slang word, and that is the word Chicano. Chicano is basically someone who is of Latin descent that's in the US. And Chicanos have a lot of slang words. For example, ese, right? You may have heard that. Hey, ¿qué onda ese? Personally, I haven't heard that in Mexico. Let me know in the comments if that is something that is said in Mexico. But here in the US, right? I don't think it's honestly like super common, but that is something that people will say is ese, right? To mean like guy or dude. Ese in Spanish normally means that. It's a masculine version of that. Ese vaso, that glass. Ese in this situation means dude. So, hey, ¿qué onda ese? What's up, man? We also have this really weird slang word here in the US in Spanish, which is tacuache. This is like super weird. I'm sure that actually a lot of Spanish speakers here in the US don't know what that is. It's kind of this weird niche thing, but I'm going to teach you about it today. In Spanish, we have the word tlacuache. A tlacuache is an opossum. That's definitely coming from an indigenous language. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. A tlacuache is a younger, typically Mexican American, according to this stereotype, has a very certain kind of haircut, dresses a very certain way, drives what we call a mamalona. A mamalona is like a low rider truck, basically, and they listen to what are called corridos tumbados, which is a style of Mexican music, and they do burnouts in their cars. This is such a weird phrase, but I want you to know it. When someone does a burnout in their truck, they say, no quema. No quema, we're basically saying, hey, your truck doesn't do burnouts. Hey, no quema. K comes from cousin. We're saying your truck doesn't do burnouts, cousin, meaning bro, primo, whatever. It's such a weird niche thing, but that's what a tacuache is. Hey, eres tacuache ka? No soy tacuache ka. It's so weird. It's like, I don't know. It's such a weird niche, like weird culture thing that like so many people straight up who were born and live in Mexico would be like, dude, what are you talking about? Okay, but that is something that we have here. Very interesting. Definitely Google that one. Tacuache mamalona or tacuache burnout or something. Of course, then we also have the word cholo. I don't know if this is used in Mexico, but it is used here in the United States. Cholo is basically just like a, Mexican gangster, right? It's like the typical idea of like, the sagging shorts, the white wife beater kind of thing. I love this word, okay? Metiche. Someone who's like always got their nose on something, who always wants to know the gossip. Like, yo soy bien metiche. Like, I'm a real, like, nosy person, basically. A mí me encanta el chisme. Soy bien metiche. So I love gossip, I always got my nose in things. Like, I'm very nosy. Another great Mexican slang word we have is viejo and vieja. We'll say this to our partner, right? Not in a mean way, because it literally means old person, basically. You could say to your wife, sí, es mi vieja. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. In the same way that we would say, flaco or flaca or gordo or gorda. Same thing. And we could once again make those a little bit more cute by saying flaquito, flaquita, gordito, gordita. Also something you could say to your partner romantically could be chiquillo or chiquilla is another thing. Chiquita, chiquito. That's kind of interesting. And you hear that a lot in Mexican songs, is you'll hear them say, ay chiquita or ay chiquitita, even making it even more cute. This one is very important, and this one is chela or chelas, which mean beers. Hey, vamos por unas chelas. Hey, wey, vamos por unas chelas. Hey, man, we're gonna go out for some beers. Jalas? That's another Mexican slang you use. Jalas, literally meaning to pull. Jalar could mean to work in Mexican Spanish, but it could also mean like, hey, are you going? Jalas o no jalas? Like, are you going or no? This is by far the funniest Mexican slang word, and that is pedo, okay? The word pedo can mean so many different things. It's just kind of ridiculous. Un pedo, which is a fart. Pedo can take on many different meanings. For example, estoy bien pedo. Okay, I am very drunk. ¿Qué pedo? This one is really funny. Like, what's up? Or like, what's the problem? ¿Qué pedo? ¿Qué pedo, way? You also sometimes hear people say ¿qué pex? Instead of saying ¿qué pedo?, they'll say ¿qué pex?, which means the same thing. Hey, ¿qué pedo? Carlos, ¿qué pasó? ¿Estás pedo, way? ¿Qué pedo? Oh, I love this one. And we'll say this one here in the US too, and that is chamba. Chamba is work. ¿A dónde vas? A la chamba, way. Typically when we use that version, instead of saying el trabajo, if we say la chamba, typically that kind of has a more like negative connotation to it. We also have like the funny verb chambear, literally meaning to work. Hey, chambeale. Like, go at it, like work hard, right? Oh, I love this one. This one is chafa. Chafa is something that is like low quality. So we'll say that in Mexico, right? Oh, it's que chafa. Like, dude, these are such bad quality. Like, these suck. This one is awesome. Okay, this one is varos, meaning like bucks. Oye, ¿me prestas unos varos, güey? Could you lend me a few bucks, man? Es que no tengo varos. ¿Me prestas unos? And finally, we have paro. Paro. P-A-R-O. Really interesting. This is basically a favor. Oye, güey, ¿me haces un paro? Could you do me a favor? Another funny word that we can use for money is feria, which feria normally means the fair. Oye, ¿traes feria, güey? Like, do you have money? Oh, this is an interesting one. So this is a derogatory term, and this means someone basically from the US, and that is gabacho. So you may have heard gringo before, which sometimes like based off of tone could be like a more derogatory term, but more or less gringo is just explaining, you know, a white person from the US is typically how it is. You know, you could also use that to describe people from other countries as well, but typically it's for someone from the US. But also same thing for gabacho is like gringo, but it's like much more derogatory, kind of like a very negative thing. It's a gabacho. Like, you know, that American. Okay, this one is hilarious, and I said it to my girlfriend once, and she did not understand it, and that is Jaina. Jaina is like girl. It's definitely, you definitely don't want to say this to someone, but I think it originates from the word mi reina, meaning queen. Jaina is like a girl, like, but it's also like people refer to like their girlfriend like that. Oye, ¿quién es esa? Who is that, right? Oh, it's mi Jaina, way. Like, it's my girl, man. If we want to talk about our mom, for example, we could say mi jefa, literally meaning my boss. Or we could say mi jefita to make it a little bit more sweet. Oye, güey, ¿dónde estás? Oh, es que ahorita estoy con mi jefita. Okay, here's a very interesting one. The word mojado, literally meaning wet. However, in Spanish, we can say this to refer to someone who has crossed the border. In English, you have that kind of derogatory term, meaning a wetback. Mojado is that idea. And actually, there's a really good song by Los Tigres del Norte, which is Tres Veces Mojado. Paisa, okay? If someone's your paisa, that's like your countryman, your homie, right? Hey, ¿qué onda paisano? ¿Qué onda paisa? We'll do two more because I know this video is quite long. ¿Qué hubo or qué hubole? Like, what's up? What's going on? ¿Qué hubo? ¿Qué hubole? And then finally, this one is just funny to me. We have Simón. Simón, we'll say here in the US sometimes, and I think it's said more so on the border states of Mexico. That just means yes. So instead of saying sí, we just add Simón. Oye, jalas, güey. Simón, viejo. Viejo is like dude or friend as well. Bueno, compa. Compa means like friend. Bueno, mi compa, espero que te haya gustado este video, viejo. A huevo. Muchas gracias por verlo. En serio, te lo agradezco desde la parte más profunda de mi corazón. Por favor, dale un like al video y también suscríbete ya para que veas más videos chidos así como este. Cuídate mucho, viejo. Espero que estés muy bien y que la pases muy chido hoy. Ahí estamos, Simón. Adiós.